So, a 30-year-old in cargo shorts and a stained t-shirt walks into a federal courtroom. 2 years earlier, he was on the cover of Forbes. He had given away more money than almost any human his age in history. Now he sits down and listens as a judge sentences him to 25 years in prison. A Korean Stanford graduate tweets the words, "I don't debate the poor." 6 months later, $40 billion of his investors' money is gone. He runs. Costa Rican passport, Belgian ID, private jet to Dubai, caught at an airport in Montenegro, and a 30-something woman who calls herself the Crocodile of Wall Street is being raided by the FBI in her Manhattan apartment. She asks if she can call her cat. The agents say yes. She reaches for her phone. They grab her hand. Welcome to C Daily Buzz. Today, the 3 biggest villains in cryptocurrency history. The men and the woman who stole billions of dollars from millions of people, including investors right here in Southeast Asia. And, in the end, every single one of them got caught. Sam Bankman-Fried was supposed to be the good guy, MIT physics graduate, son of 2 Stanford law professors. He drove an old Toyota Corolla. He slept on a beanbag in his office. He gave speeches about giving every dollar he made to charity. By 2021, he was 30 years old and worth $26 billion. Forbes called him the richest person under 30. Tom Brady and Steph Curry were in his commercials. The Miami Marlins Stadium was renamed FTX Arena. But behind all of it, there was a problem. FTX was supposed to be a regulated exchange. Customer money was supposed to stay safe in customer accounts. That is what every regulator and every customer was told. In reality, Bankman-Fried and his team had built a secret backdoor in the code. It allowed his trading firm, Alameda Research, to pull customer money out of FTX. Unlimited amounts, no alerts. Alameda used that money to gamble, to buy luxury real estate, to donate hundreds of millions to American politicians, and to fund a Bahamas penthouse where Bankman-Fried lived with 10 colleagues, including his girlfriend Caroline Ellison, who was running Alameda. She later wrote that the only kind of polyamory that works is like an emperor's harem. For Singapore, this was a disaster. Singapore was the 2nd biggest country using FTX in the world. Almost 250,000 Singaporeans logged in every month. Temasek, Singapore's sovereign wealth fund, lost $275 million overnight. The collapse, when it came, took 8 hours. November 6, 2022. A leaked document shows Alameda's books are full of FTX's own made-up token. Binance CEO tweets that he is dumping every share of that token his company owns. The bank run begins. $6 billion in withdrawals in 72 hours. Bankman-Fried tweets, "Assets are fine." They are not. By November 11th, FTX is bankrupt. By December, Bankman-Fried is arrested. He goes to trial. Caroline Ellison takes the stand for the prosecution. She testifies that he personally directed her to move customer money. She cries. The jury believes her. 7 counts. Guilty on all of them. 25 years in federal prison. $11 billion in restitution. As of May 2026, his appeal is pending. The judges who heard it last November sounded unimpressed. The good news for FTX customers? Bankruptcy administrators recovered $15 billion. Small claimants are getting their money back with interest. While Sam Bankman-Fried was the boy king, Kwon was the king of trash talk. Born in Seoul, educated at Stanford, Kwon co-founded a Singapore-based crypto company called Terraform Labs. His project was an algorithmic stablecoin called UST, paired with a sister token called Luna. The pitch was beautiful. The pitch was a lie. Investors were told UST would always be worth exactly $1, not because it was backed by real cash, but because of an unbreakable mathematical mechanism. Anchor Protocol offered 20% annual interest on every UST deposited. Billions flowed in. Kwon went to war on Twitter with anyone who questioned him. To one critic, he tweeted, "I don't debate the poor." To another, he bet $1 million that Luna would be worth $88 in 1 year. 2 months later, Luna was worth $0. When his daughter was born in April 2022, he named her Luna. He tweeted that she was named after his greatest invention. 3 weeks later, the greatest invention collapsed. Here is what we now know from prosecutors. The system had nearly failed once, in May 2021. Kwon secretly paid a firm called Jump Trading over $100 million to prop up the price. Then he went on Twitter and said the algorithm had recovered on its own. He also quietly cashed out almost $4 billion of his own stablecoins before the second collapse, while telling everyone else to hold. May 2022, the peg breaks again. This time, no one comes to save it. In 9 days, $40 billion evaporates. The aftermath was real. In Taiwan, a 29-year-old man jumped from his 13th-floor apartment. He had lost $2 million in Luna. In Seoul, an investor showed up at Do Kwon's home, rang the doorbell, and demanded an apology. Across the Luna community, suicide threads exploded so fast that moderators temporarily locked the subreddit. Do Kwon, meanwhile, fled. He went to Singapore, then Serbia. In March 2023, he was caught at Podgorica airport in Montenegro, trying to board a private jet to Dubai. In his bag, a forged Costa Rican passport and a forged Belgian ID. He told the court he thought they were part of a golden passport program. After 2 years of legal battles between Korea and the United States, Montenegro extradited him. On December 11, 2025, a Manhattan judge sentenced Do Kwon to 15 years in federal prison. The judge called it a generational fraud. The last villain is, depending on how you look at it, the funniest or the strangest. Her name is Heather Morgan. Most people call her Razzlekhan. She called herself the Crocodile of Wall Street. She was a Forbes contributor on cybersecurity. She was, allegedly, an economist, a fashion designer, a startup CEO, and a rapper. A bad rapper. A truly, historically bad rapper. Her music videos featured her dancing on the streets of Manhattan, rapping lines like, "I'm a bad bitch, I'm a crocodile," with titles like Versace Bedouin and Faux King Bad Betch. YouTube viewers watched in horror. Most assumed it was satire. It was not. Her husband, Ilya Lichtenstein, was a Russian-born software engineer. Quiet, polite. In August 2016, Ilya hacked one of the world's largest Bitcoin exchanges, Bitfinex, based in Hong Kong. He stole 119,000 Bitcoins, worth $72 million at the time. Bitfinex was forced to cut 36% from every customer's account just to survive. For 6 years, the couple laundered the money. They set up fake identities. They used a dark web market called Alphabay as a mixer. They bought gold. Heather wrote a Forbes column titled "Cybersecurity Lessons from a Hacker's Perspective," while she was, in fact, a hacker laundering stolen Bitcoin. They were caught in the end by Walmart gift cards. Heather bought Walmart gift cards with stolen Bitcoin, then redeemed them on her own iPhone, in her own Walmart account. An IRS investigator followed the chain straight to her front door. In January 2022, federal agents raided their Manhattan apartment. As they searched, Heather asked if she could calm her cat under the bed. The agents said yes. She crouched down, called the cat, and quietly reached for her phone on the nightstand to try to lock it. The agents stopped her immediately. Inside the apartment, they found 50 burner phones in a bag under the bed, hollowed-out books with hidden compartments, $40,000 in cash, gold coins, and USB drives. The government seized $3.6 billion in Bitcoin on day one, the largest financial seizure in U.S. history. Eventually, the total recovered would reach about $10 billion. Both pleaded guilty in 2023. Ilya got 5 years. Heather got 18 months. And here is the unbelievable part. Both of them are already out. Heather walked free in October 2025. Ilya followed in December, released early under the First Step Act. In a video she posted from her bathtub, Heather thanked President Trump. The White House confirmed no pardon was issued. She is reportedly working on a new rap album. 3 people, 3 different countries, 3 completely different scams. But what they all had in common was the absolute confidence that nobody would catch them. Sam Bankman-Fried thought his political donations would protect him. Do Kwon thought a private jet and a fake passport would protect him. Heather Morgan thought her cat would protect her. None of them were right. For the 250,000 Singapore investors who logged into FTX every month before it died, for the Taiwanese families who lost loved ones to Luna, for the Bitfinex users in Hong Kong who watched a third of their accounts disappear overnight. These are not jokes. These are 45 billion reasons to do your own research before trusting anyone in this industry. The villains in crypto don't always look like villains. Sometimes they wear cargo shorts. Sometimes they post baby photos on Twitter. Sometimes they rap about being a crocodile. Crypto can change your life, but so can the people running it. Trust the math. Verify the wallet, and never, ever leave your money on an exchange longer than you have to. If this story shocked you, subscribe to See Daily Buzz. Hit the bell. We'll see you in the next one.